Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Sacred Geography, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Wednesday, September 20th, around 9 p.m. Mountain Time 2023. An M8.2 solar flare blasted from active region 3435, the region that's been active over the last few days. And we might see a glancing blow from a minor CME, but this was definitely impulsive and going to be less geo-effective than most coronal mass ejections. We're also keeping a close eye on Disturbance 2, which is going to make its way up to the mid-Atlantic and spice things up later this week. Keep calm. It's boom time. Severe storms caused damage in southwest Oklahoma. Take a look at that barn folded upon itself. 4 inches of rain fell in parts of Iowa Tuesday, much needed moisture for a parched state. And another round of severe storms is possible for Oklahoma Thursday. Severe weather and heavy rainfall potential. Portions of the southern plains, chances for heavy rain and isolated severe thunderstorms will continue through Thursday. Meanwhile, much cooler temperatures and locally heavy rainfall are in the forecast for the Pacific Northwest into the Great Basin and northern Rockies. Then, from the plains through the Great Lakes region, above normal temperatures are expected through the middle of the week, while snow falls in the Pacific Northwest. Disturbance 2 is headed its way right towards North Carolina and Virginia and is going to bring heavy flooding rain. Here is the model there. Could be bringing 5 to 6 inches of rain to many areas, and that could be flooding on the coast. A second tropical system will make its way up here on October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and that one could be, well, devastating. So stay tuned for more updates. Shut up, Al! Get in your hole! He knew I was about to talk about the snow that is going to start falling and continue to fall through the rest of the winter. It is just the beginning of fall here, but it's looking like some heavy snow moving into Montana and northern Idaho through the first week of October. Seismic update. We've got a few quakes of note, multiple rumblers on the central East Pacific rise, beginning with the 6 magnitude, followed by several aftershocks. The most recent quake, 5.4, 41 kilometers south-southeast of Sandpoint, Alaska, at a depth of 50 kilometers, could be related to some volcanic activity at the surface in the near future. Worldwide volcano news update. Nothing of note. Normal activity worldwide. Fuego to 15,000 feet. Sungay to 22,000 feet. Mayon with a puff. Tucono to 8,000. We've also got Santa Huito, Klucheskov, and Popo. Sabancay to 26,000 today. Reventador to 14. Semeru puffing to 14,000 feet. Popo to 22. Who knew? Now you do. Liwotolo, continuing eruptions and lava flow. Space weather news update. There's that impulsive M8.2 from active region 3435. The most significant flare, M4, coming from the same region. So we're going to keep a close eye on this. Let's look at the latest HMI intensity, and we can see that active region right there is going to be moving Earth-facing over the next 3 days. So we are in, well, sunspot watch for an active sunspot that is flaring as it turns towards Earth. We could also see some activity enhanced solar wind from coronal hole 50 and 51. Could be coupling anytime now. The 4-day geomagnetic forecast is just showing KP4 potential. Nothing significant, but we are keeping a close eye on active region 3435 because it did just blast out that quite significant M8.2 solar flare, which is headed our way, but it's a minor, it's an impulsive flare. Only long-duration flares allow a lot of plasma to come out here. This is just going to be a potential glancing blow here on the 25th or the 23rd. Right there. Yeah, there it is. Hard to tell. Now, NASA says asteroid Bennu could hit Earth by 2182. Thank God we'll all be dead.
Something for our great-great-great-grandchildren to worry about. NASA has been tracking an asteroid that could possibly crash into Earth in about 160 years. Oh. NASA first discovered the asteroid named Bennu back in 1999. Researchers say it could possibly drift into the planet's orbit and hit Earth by September of 2182. So, you know, it's a long way away. But scientists say there is a 1 in 2,700 chance of this happening.
Well, that's not very high odds, but...
Well, between now and then, a lot could change, too, and whether or not it get intercepted and I don't know. There's a lot to think about there.
So probably really nothing to worry about here about Bennu, but news nonetheless. Now, a South Carolina man goes viral after a wild interview about the missing F-35 that crashed in his backyard. He, in fact, heard a boom and his whole house shook. If you haven't saw the video or seen the video, it is on our Twitter feed or X feed, Oppenheimer Ranch at Diamond the Dave. We also have some really interesting... Anyway, check it out. Subscribe to us there and check out all of the... 476,000 years old and bending the minds of anthropologists worldwide. Wood artifacts rarely survive from the early Stone Age, but we've uncovered some old ones. In fact, waterlogged deposits at the archaeological site of Colombo Falls in Zambia dated by luminescence to at least 476,000 years ago. Notched wood beams. In fact, preserved two interlocking logs were joined transversely by an intentionally cut notch. This is groundbreaking. This construction has no known parallels in the African or Eurasian Paleolithic. The oldest known wood artifact is in fact a fragment of polished plank from the Achulian site of Gesher Ban Yahweh in Israel, which is more than 780,000 years ago. So now we have evidence for the earliest structural use of wood dating back 500,000 years. That is fantastic. Elon Musk says the first human patient will soon receive a Neuralink brain implant. Now, holy crap, what could go wrong? We'll see in a few weeks, apparently. Fauci and his wife's net worth exceeds $11 million, and he's a public servant. So, there's that. And if you haven't seen, the longest amount of footage we have from Crestone Karen is up. Reclaim Your Sovereignty. It was supposed to be a 1-hour talk. It turned into a 30-minute debacle of climate, lunacy, and a completely delusional person that has been brainwashed by the media for years. She's triple vaxxed and quadruple boosted, and it might be affecting her pineal gland. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share this video as we are shadow banned and we need your help to grow. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. Be safe. We love you. And that is a boom to knowledge.